It's overcast here today. We're going to start by taking a look at the sunflowers. I really like these because they're different. And hopefully I'll get some good seed from them. Now my squash, I've got one zucchini and it's not even worth looking at. And I've got several instances of okra. And you can see we're getting blooms on the okra. And it's doing pretty good. And there's a yellow jacket. And anyway, but what I really like are these pumpkins. I harvested all the pumpkins that I had, and now I'm starting to get new growth. And I've got like 3 there. And then there's one here that's coming right along. And I really planted my pumpkins early, so I'm surprised they haven't matured faster. But it's been a weird year as far as temperature. There's a couple here, and there's one there. And I think there's, oh, I missed one back here. There's one there, and then I think I've got one more. They're not as, I've really never grown pumpkins before, so they're not as prolific as I thought they would be. There's one, and got another one starting there, and I've got several little ones like that coming on. I don't have but about 5 weeks of growing left, but we'll see how it goes. And then still waiting for these watermelons to ripen. I don't feel like they're ripe yet. They're not, the stem isn't brown yet. That cantaloupe, I haven't gone down there and looked at the stem in a while, but that one, the big one down there, looks like it's ready, or nearly ready. It's still a little green. And this was the first one I really noticed, but he's just not turning. And I'm starting to get a really bad aphid problem, and I've sprayed a few times, but it's just not, I'm not using a real toxic insecticide, so it's probably not doing a very good job. And I've used some Dawn, and it's just not working. Now this plant is a medicinal herb. I've seen it, but I didn't view it. I think something like mullein or something like that. And I'm glad I let it grow. I didn't know what it was, but I'm sure that it's medicinal. And then my tomatoes are sad. They're starting to put some on, but they're still sad. And this watermelon here, these watermelons, I don't know, it must just be the soil or the variety. There's a real bad aphid problem with them, and I need to look at my soil pH more next year. Get it right for whatever plant I'm trying to grow. And then this one, this pumpkin, is trying. He's got a little melon on the end there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, I think you can. And then my marigolds are starting to show their age, and I think I'm having a problem with spider mites. I've not completely lost this plant. I have lost this plant. But there's some others that are still doing good. They're really starting to lean out into the sidewalk, and I could just do a better job. And then I've got more okra here, another stand of okra, and there's little okra all throughout it. I've already cut all the mature okra today. I've got a bunch of jalapenos in the refrigerator, so I'm going to be able to let these mature more before I pick them. I was picking them and using them in my food, but haven't needed to do that. And then I've got a couple of squash down here. I think they're acorn. Actually, there's 3 that I couldn't swear to it. We'll see, whatever they are, I'll probably eat them. And then the turnips, they've got a long way to go, and they're just whatever. I think I've gotten lazy. I just want the Bermuda to seed and be the dominant grass instead of crabgrass. And I think I've been able to achieve that for the most part. I've starting to mow this closer. The temperatures are getting where Bermuda won't grow well. So I'm just trying to get this ready for pre-emergent in November. Pre-emergent fertilizer in November, pre-emergent in February and November, and then probably broadleaf and fertilizer in May. I might do broadleaf earlier than that without fertilizer, but I'm not really going to fertilize until we get into the 80s, and Bermuda will grow next year. And that just about covers everything. Morning Glory is alive and well. If you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.